The tulips have long faded from my garden. Spring is but a memory, and it is late summer. Since you last saw my garden, the days got longer and longer and longer, and then, about a month ago, they started shortening again. The light in the morning and the evenings is shifting, and the shadows are changing because fall is on its way. This was the year that I said I would give everything into trying to grow flowers and give this flower growing thing a try. Go all in, build a business based on my love and my passion for my garden, and also my love for my home and this place that I live. So in late winter and early spring, I started planting some seeds and making some videos. And it seemed like everything was going well, because it was. I was growing flowers. I even found a business partner to grow with. They had more space and more experience. I started taking an agriculture class that was 6 hours every Saturday for 12 Saturdays. Mother's Day came and went, and it went super well. And then, all of a sudden, it just stopped. I had spent months putting effort and time into another place and another garden, and now I found myself in late July. The past 4 months kind of a blur. And despite all the setbacks and the resets and coming back to where I started, but without the things I thought I would have now, I'm doing the one thing that I know how to do, and that is to keep going and to keep growing. So this is my week growing my flower business. So this is basically what my year has been so far. I started in my garden. I started growing in another garden. I was told that that was going to stop. So I started growing in my garden again, and I'm right back where I started with 4 months, not lost. There was a lot gained, a lot learned, but there were zero, and I mean zero flowers. Zero flowers or plants. Literally put all my eggs or plants into one basket that was not my own. So I have been in a bit of a game of catch up the past few weeks and also get my bearings a bit. I have felt so disoriented, but slowly over the past few weeks, I have started settling into routine. The past month has been fully on my own, independent, doing the thing that I set out this year to do. And so my weeks have kind of started looking routine. On Mondays, I pick flowers. On Tuesdays, I deliver those flowers. On Wednesdays, I pick more flowers and I pick up flowers from a local co-op. On Thursdays, I deliver those flowers to another local bakery, and I also pick up more flowers from a local farm. Fridays, I pick my flowers for all the bouquets for the weekend, and then I make those bouquets. And on Saturdays and Sundays, I sell at 2 local bakeries in my town. Without further ado, this is what my flower farming week currently looks like. So I did my first big sunflower succession on June 11th, which is about 3 months after I should have done the first one. And I tried to do a succession every week, but there was a certain point where the sunflowers just stopped coming up. And I just kept planting, and I realized eventually that something was eating them. So I'm trying out another succession for the first time in trays. I've never done this before, but at this point, I really want sunflowers in October, so it's now or never, and so they're going in trays. So last year, I saved a bunch of seeds or flower heads. I just plucked them off plants, and I realized I'm out of my orange marigold seeds. So I think that these are going to be orange marigolds. I'm not entirely sure. So I have quite a bit of seed here, and I also have these little seed heads. So I'm not going to worry about cleaning it too much. So you can see a lot of these are lighter, but then there's darker ones. I know some of them are good because I have a lot of zinnias that marigolds that self-seeded last year. Anyways, I'm going to just take a little dish, open these up, sprinkle them in the dish. In my experience, seed that is fresh, like very new, like this, it's not even a year old, should germinate very quickly. So I'm going to put some water on this, plop it outside, and we might have seeds by the end of the week, or seedlings, sorry, by the end of the week. Okay, good morning. It is about 7:10. Today's the day that I can go to my local co-op. It's about 30-40 minutes away, and pick up specialty cut flowers from local growers at a wholesale price. So that's what I'm going to go do. The co-op is super cute. It's in a florist's shop, and it's open Wednesday mornings from 9:30 to 11:30 for wholesale, and then from 12 to, I believe, 2 for retail. That's what I'm going to do this morning, and when I come back, I'll show you what I got. The bucket washing marathon begins with warm water. Hello, fast forward to the future real quick. I have a delivery tomorrow at like 6 a.m. to a local bakery. So that is why I'm doing all of this. A lot of these stems that I am buying today are for that delivery. That's why I buy them today, even though I'm not selling my bouquets until Saturday and Sunday. So, cut back to wherever we were. I'm here with a big fat bucket of stems. I got 20 stems. I got some shiso basil, which is something I'm actually growing myself and I've never worked with. So one of the big lessons for me in July from this first full month of flower farming all by myself, first of all, July sucks. But second, I'm tougher than I thought. And third, I know there's more than one. Third, you do not have to grow all of the flowers yourself. And I'm actually really glad that I've sort of fallen into the circumstances that I've fallen into, because I never would have thought to do this, and I would have been like, I think, putting myself out of the game when I could have been in the game this whole time. Anyways, I got some really cool stems, and the first thing I do when I come home with them is obviously I want them to sit in a cool, dark place and rest. It's Wednesday, and I'm not going to be selling these until Saturday, so I want them to last. And 10. So I have been generally selling about 10 bouquets per week. So strip the lower leaves, boop, and pop them back in the water. Then I also got this Queen Anne's, this is actually Ami or false Queen Anne's lace. It looks very similar. But I need to go cut more stems because I didn't cut them this morning. I should have. So I'm gonna go cut them, get a fresh clean bucket, go out and cut, and then we will be back. It just doesn't stop. Like once you start, it just keeps going, and then it's like, oh yeah, I need to do this thing, then I have to do that thing, then I have to do this, then I have to do that. Lunchtime. Okay, what do I have to do? I have to go do that. I have to do that. So let me go to the bathroom, TBD, TBH, and then I'll be back and we will go cut flowers. And I did not forget, but today is my mom's birthday, and I did forget that we were planning on going to a thing in town around 6 p.m. for her birthday, which is normally when I would be cutting flowers. So I should have cut them this morning. I didn't know we were going until the time had passed and it was time to leave. So I'm gonna go cut those flowers because I have a delivery tomorrow. So I've been keeping track of everything that I harvest, or almost everything, and everything that I buy in for sure. Last few weeks I've been putting them on like little tiny index cards, so it'll be nice to have like an official paper. What else did I cut, guys? Oh. Cosmos Bonbon, Pokeweed. And I'm gonna go count the number of stems of each. And I just average my price per stem at $1. Obviously it's different per thing, but I haven't done that calculation yet, so we just round up to $1. And then you with the French music. I don't know how many times we're gonna have to clear this out and make it clean again, but okay. Hopefully this is the last time. 60 days. Okay. There will be marigolds this tall. And sunflowers. So I should probably address the elephant in the room, aka the elephant in the lot that I bought next to my house last year. It's the shipping container. It's not mine officially yet, but hopefully it will be the future site of my floral studio. If you haven't noticed, I arrange my flowers on the floor in my office because I don't have a dedicated flower space yet. And this area probably looks a lot different than the last time I shared it as well. This is where my $50 cut flower garden was kind of going to go. And it has been overgrown and cleared multiple times. So I'm not quite done with the $50 cut flower garden idea just yet. I still have 90 days. Let me know if I should give it a try. But this week and next week, I'm putting my foot down and tackling this area. I just want plants in it. That's where the marigolds will go and the sunflowers that I started earlier. So yeah, that's the plan. Hello. I feel like Bill Murray in Moonrise Kingdom for some reason. Doesn't he wear like a funny hat or something? Anyways, it is overcast and potentially raining. So I'm gonna go snip these flowers. I should have done it earlier before it was raining. It's about 10 o'clock. So I have a bucket. I've got my snips. I'm gonna go cut as many things as I possibly can. That way they can dry off for the next few hours and also rest the next few hours. So I'm gonna go do that. I would take you with me, but I don't want you to get wet. You wouldn't like that. So since I started doing the flower farming all on my own, I've slowly been cutting more and more from my garden every week. Like the work I've been putting in for the past few weeks is slowly paying off. This week I cut a total of 139 stems from my personal garden. I made 13 bouquets over the course of 2 days, which means an average of 11 stems per bouquet, which is better because I was averaging about 14. And I also made 5 jars. I cut a number of different types of greenery from my garden, including blackberries, some marigolds, and even some monarda. I have this native lobelia in this pretty blue purple that I absolutely adore. I always leave some for the hummingbirds, but I also cut a mix of lovely annuals like zinnias, marigolds, and these double bonbon cosmos, which I love and I want to save seed from. So yeah, that's what I cut from my garden. Okay, so that only took me about 30 minutes, and I think I cut about 40 to 50 stems. So I'm going to add what I cut to my harvest sheet, and then I'm going to sort them into individual buckets. And in a couple hours, we will make bouquets. Bouquet. Ciao Bella. So here are all of the flowers for the week. I did a total of how many stems I had, and I've been averaging 14 stems per bouquet. And we know this because of all the data that I've been keeping. So yeah, I knew that I needed to go out and pick some more, so I picked some more stems. And I know that those won't be ready quite yet, but those will be for tomorrow. So I'm gonna my goal is 8 bouquets with enough stems to make another 2. And hopefully that'll take me about an hour. So I definitely do not have the whole process down for making bouquets. My time per bouquet is about 5 to 6 minutes once I get a recipe, which is not, if you're not familiar with cut flower farming, you kind of want to be making a bouquet a minute. That's how you make it profitable. To that I will say, I'm not defending myself, but I'm just explaining that when I started out a few months ago making bouquets for the farmers markets and stuff, I was hand arranging every single bouquet, and they would take I don't know if they would take longer, but they took so much mental energy that at the end of it, I was like, it's like so physically and mentally drained from the whole process of picking, arranging. Like the whole thing was so exhausting. Since I started using recipes, that has just like changed. So basically, if you don't know, I kind of make like a recipe thing. So all of my bouquets end up looking different, which I think people enjoy. And that's just how it is. Like I do not have enough of one thing to make it in every bouquet. So even though I'm following a recipe, every bouquet will be a little bit different. So there are methods where you like lay the flowers out on a table. There's methods where you have them all in piles. I have them all sorted in the buckets that I have, and I pull out the ingredients as I need them. So this recipe is 1 spike, 6 zinnias, marigold, Queen Anne's lace. Cute. I'm gonna bang this out. That's what she said. You want to bring it in here? One of these days I will be so brave and so bold, and you'll say, wow, that girl is so brave and bold. And I will go to a bakery and I will film myself there. Check the fit, okay? Work shoes, of course, socks, always. Let's do a quick little rundown. So I brought 8 bouquets with me and 2 jars. So I sold 2 jars, so that's 20 plus 35. Then, math is hard, I sold 4 bouquets. So that's 80 plus 55, $95. And I have 2 bouquets left. I have been, as a standard, bringing with me about 6 bouquets to each bakery. Today I sort of upped that number and I brought 8. I did not sell 8, I sold 6, but that's consistent, and then I sold the jars. So these are all the stems I currently have cut, and I need to somehow make 4 more bouquets. Are you ready for a super sick, gnarly, wonderful, amazing, show-stopping, award-winning transition? Because I'm about to change. You're not ready for this. Ready? Huh? I feel so much better. I feel so uncomfortable in my dress-up clothes, but it's sort of the persona that I put on, I feel. I feel like I put it on and I'm the flower girl. And when I'm not wearing that, I'm not the flower girl. I'm just a dirty little grubby child who likes to run around her garden and play in the dirt. There is some math that needs to be done, and I have been finding that doing this sort of math has been incredibly helpful at being efficient. So I know that I need to cut 4 more bouquets, enough foliage for all 4. I need to cut enough zinnias for 2 more, and I also need to cut some sort of fillers for all 4. So it's a little bit of math, but it's good math because it's saving me time and effort. So I'm going to go out and cut what I can cut. Obviously, I'm not going to cut things that aren't ready, but I'm also going to make sure that I'm cutting what I need. So I'm very tired, but tomorrow I have yet another bakery, which I'm very excited about. I have some regulars, and it's just a very nice, chill Sunday morning. I found on Instagram this super cute, and I'm gonna put it here so you can see it because this is not my idea. I do not take credit, but these super cute bag jar things, which I think people here at this location in particular, and the one that I did today, but I didn't have the idea yesterday. I have it today after I did it. This is Gilly. I think they would really go for that. It's just gonna be a plain paper brown bag with a little jar in it, and the jars cost me just over $1 each, and the bags are not the cheapest that they could be, So I will, if this works out, I will get cheaper bags, but it didn't seem like worth buying 100 bags of something because I just had the idea. Also, I can't get 100 bags. Anyways, how it goes. So my plan now is 5 bouquets and like 3 or 4 jars. That's the goal. That's the plan. It's 12:16. I'm officially back. I stayed an extra hour because I brought 5 bouquets with me. Guess how many I have left? 4. I got 4 bouquets left. The 1 bouquet that I did sell sold to a regular who buys from me every week. Good news, I brought 3 of my cute little jam jar bags. Guess how many of those I have? 0. I have 0. I sold those. So I am back home. I know for a fact that I have sunflowers that are ready to be cut, and I don't really have pictures of bouquets that look good. So I'm gonna take some photos of those things, go cut the sunflowers, and that is my morning. Who knows what the afternoon holds, because it's not even, 1 o'clock, so. I also, diary entry wise, want to just say, I was stressing and thinking and using so much brain power today about Valentine's Day. Trying to figure out like forcing tulips and okay, I need the grow lights and I need the tulips, but which tulip should I get? I don't know. I'm still figuring it out, but I just had this moment of realization, and honestly, it was when a butterfly came in my garden. I was really stressed. I was on the computer doing stuff. I walked out and I saw a butterfly, and this particular type of butterfly reminds me of my grandmother who passed. And it just felt all of a sudden like, girl, why are you stressing? Focus on what you want to do. And that's what I'm going to do. I want to focus on seeds. I want to focus on growing my flower business. And Valentine's Day will be what it'll be. So, just taking it one day at a time, Just have to take things one day at a time. One thought at a time, one moment at a time. And listen to the butterflies, because they tell you things. You just have to listen. You have to be ready to listen to what the butterflies have to tell you. Today the butterflies told me to chill out and focus on now. Not all of that in the future. So that made me feel better. I'm still tired, but less burdensome. I don't know. And yeah, it's gonna be good. Then we get to have smoked Gouda mac and cheese from Aldi. It's really good. It's like $2 a box. My mom and I love it. We're obsessed. 10 out of 10 would recommend.